fun.
Oh boy.
Hey, Miss Cindy, what are you doing under there?
Underwear.
I just made you say underwear.
Oh man. Under there, I was making a fort. Did you ever make a fort at home or at work when you don't have enough to do? I did. I made a really cool fort over here. You can come and see it sometime. Oh, I'm tired. The reason why I made a fort is because of this book, The Little Red Fort. And it's by Brenda, Maier, pictures by Sonia Sanchez. And this book is really, really special because this was chosen, it was in a contest with this book, The Very Impatient Caterpillar, and this book, The Greatest Adventure, which all three are really good books, but you got to vote, and this book got the most votes for the favorite book. So, starting on the 13th, which will be a few days before you see this film, you can come to the library and get your own copy of this book because it's a winner, and it's One Book Colorado. All 4-year-olds can come in to get their own copy. So let me read it to you, and then I'm going to tell you some more interesting facts. This is called The Little Red Fort. See if you can figure out, I'll take my construction hat off now because I'm not really constructing, I'm just reading. See if you can figure out what story this reminds you of. This is published by Scholastic Press, and let me show you, look at, there's a little girl. She's making plans, The Little Red Fort. Ruby's mind was always full of ideas. One day she found some old boards. Who wants to help me build something, she asked her brothers. Oscar Lee pretended not to hear her. Rodrigo gave her a look that could melt popsicles. Jose almost fell off the fence. You don't know how to build anything, they said. Ruby shrugged. Then I'll learn. And she did. Who wants to help me draw the plans, Ruby asked. The boys clutched their sides and howled with laughter. Not me, said Oscar Lee. I don't think so, said Rodrigo. No way, said Jose. I'm too busy. Fine, said Ruby. I'll draw them myself. Does this start to sound familiar? And she did. Look, she's using a lot of her dad's drawing tools. Satisfied with her plans, Ruby asked, who wants to help me gather supplies? Not me, said Oscar Lee. I don't think so, said Rodrigo. No way, said Jose. I'm too busy. Fine, she said. I'll gather them myself. And she did. Looks like her mom's helping her now. When all the supplies were gathered, Ruby asked, who wants to help me cut the boards? Not me, said Oscar Lee. I don't think so, said Rodrigo. No way, said Jose. I'm too busy. Fine, said Ruby. Then I'll cut them myself. And she did, with a little bit of help. When all the boards were neatly cut, Ruby sang, who wants to help me hammer in the nails? Not me, said Oscar Lee. I don't think so, said Rodrigo. No way, said Jose. I'm too busy. Fine, said Ruby. I'll hammer them myself. Look at, he's playing in the pool, eating watermelon, lounging, drinking lemonade. She's working hard. And she did. Now her grandma's helping her, I think. Oh, look at the sign, Ruby's Fort. Soon, Ruby's creation was complete. Who wants to play in my fort, she called. Me, said Oscar Lee. Let's go, said Rodrigo. I'll play, said Jose. I'm not busy anymore. Not so fast, Ruby said. You didn't help me draw the plans or gather the supplies or cut the boards or hammer the nails. You said I didn't know how to build, and you laughed at me. I'm going to play in the fort by myself. You think that's the end? And she did. Look at, she's pretty happy. Look at that face. Not the end, though. We didn't want to play anyway, the boys said, but they did. So they huddled and they whispered and they got straight to work. Oscar Lee made a mailbox. Rodrigo planted flowers. And Jose painted the fort fire engine red. Ruby was delighted. That evening, the boys followed a delicious aroma to the fort warming party. Who wants to help me clean this plate? Ruby asked. We do, the boys said. Oh, what are they eating? And they did. Look at the chocolate chip cookies. Look at their messy faces. And this says, build a fort of your own. You can build a sofa fort with the cushions from your couch, a kitchen chair fort, a snow fort, or a bunk bed fort. We also use a clothesline fort at home in the backyard, and you can pile furniture at work. We didn't want to take a break, right? And this story started out as an oral story, and it's very much like, did you guess it? The Little Red Hen. And she changed it and made this book, and it won an award, so that's pretty cool. She also has another book that just came out, so it's Brenda Maier's Peeping Beauty, all about little chicks. And let me just read you a little tiny bit about this. Mama can't wait for her new little chicks to arrive. With a quiver, a shiver, a crackle, and a peep, 2 of Mama's chicks hatch. But the third egg, it's in no hurry to get cracking. With the help of its siblings and its mama's love, will this little chick find its way into the big new world? You have to read it to find out. And I just read about the author, and she wrote another book that's going to come out at the beginning of next year called The Little Blue Bridge, and it's a spin on Three Billy Goats Gruff. So I'm anxious to see that. So please, if you're 4 years old, come in to the library to get your own copy of The Little Red Fort.